Let's go for a walk, shall we? I'm making this video for you out there who is extremely interested in creating more freedom for yourselves and increasing your ability to be able to give back more and contribute to a planet that is dying. And I'm going to talk specifically about the home-based business industry and two things that I think is probably a common concern in just about everybody's mind. And that is the expenses, like, I don't know, the cost and what it all means. And then your personality. Are you going to get to be yourself? Or are you going to be molded into somebody that you're not and somebody that you're not comfortable with? Which would kind of suck, wouldn't it? So those two things, expenses and personality. So right off the bat, before I talk about expenses and personality, most people who own a business are more enslaved and more trapped to their work than people with a job. There's very few home business owners that are creating any freedom. In fact, they're less free than employees, which goes against why people want to own a business, is to create freedom. So as it turns out, most home business owners you don't want to take lessons from unless you want to be just as much imprisoned as they are and stressed out as they are, because that's nuts, man. So here goes, expenses. When you become a business owner, at that moment, you can position yourself to put taxes, income, expenses, all those things entirely in your favor instead of working against you. You don't have to be manipulated by the tax code anymore the moment you become a business owner, even before you make any money. Expenses, all of that stuff. So whatever home business you get into, there's always a buy-in. And there's always, a product to be a product of the product. Whatever that costs you, it's going to be a 100% tax deduction. Which means even before you make any money, you reduce your taxes. If you have a job, which most of you do, that means you can get a bigger tax refund next year than you did last year. And in fact, most of the time, your tax refund is going to be greater than whatever you spent on the product. Did you hear that? So it no longer becomes an expense at that point. You just got a bigger return on your taxes that more than paid for the product. Most of the time it works out that way. Not only that, but once you become a business owner, every dollar you spend, you can start to look at as, okay, can I use this to reduce my taxes or get a bigger tax return? Or is it going to be money that I made the same year that's going to increase my taxes? When you don't own a business, then every dollar you spend, it's something that you're going to pay taxes on no matter what. So if you don't have a business, then you're going to be manipulated in every way possible by the tax code. And the more you work and the more money you make, the more you're penalized for it by taxes. The only way you can reduce your taxes as an employee only is if you ask your boss for a pay decrease. Then you're making less money, so you're not going to pay as much in taxes. That's kind of a sucky deal, isn't it? When you're a home business owner, it's the opposite. You can actually make more money and pay less in taxes. Did you hear that? You can make more, but pay less in taxes. That's pretty awesome. So the entire tax code is written for business owners, and it's written explicitly against people that don't own a business. So whatever the expenses are, once you become a business owner, it changes everything. It's all in your favor, and most likely, you're going to get more money back than what you spent on the product. So it becomes a no-brainer, right? All right, your personality. That's a big one. How many of you have ever been hit up by somebody that, I don't know, maybe it was a friend, they got involved in a home business, and now they're inviting you to join it or whatever, and they've become somebody that they're not, and they might even be unrecognizable. It's like, who are you? Right? That's one thing that keeps a lot of people away. So if you want to attend the school of the people who are creating freedom, who are doing way better than the average business owner, you know what they're doing? They're pulling more of their own personality out of them. They're bringing more of their authenticity to the table, becoming less reserved about who they are. That's the truth. The ones who take away from themselves because they believe they have to become someone they're not, they put on a sales hat, so to speak, they create resistance. They're not creating success. They're not creating freedom. So it becomes real simple. If you want to create less freedom, be less successful, have less impact, then be someone you're not. If you want to have more freedom, create more impact, be more successful, pull more of who you are out of you. That's the beautiful thing about being a business owner. If you have a job, you can't necessarily do that. to some extent, you have to be somebody that you're not, and some bosses are cooler than others. But at the end of the day, you got to maybe work with people you don't want to work with. You got to do things maybe you don't want to do. You got to put on your workplace hat. And I hear things like TGI, Monday, thank God it's Friday, and all those things, because most people with a job are living in this place where they can't really be themselves, and they live 5 days out of the week. That's most of their lives, 5 days out of the week, looking forward to 2 days on the weekend where they get to truly be themselves. And that sucks. So as a business owner, if you want to be a good business owner, be who you are and more of who you are all the time. That's liberating. That's freedom, isn't it? I think so. So that's expenses and personality. I'm going to throw a third thing in here, actually. If you're really thinking about being a home-based business owner and you're still in research mode to see if it's the right thing for you, I will tell you this. If you do decide you want to get into it, if it's going to be a success, you have to fall in love with changing your beliefs about certain things. Odds are you're looking at a home business because there's a problem you want to solve, a dream you want to achieve, something you want to do, something bigger than yourself. And the belief that you've had so far hasn't gotten you there. So just because you're a home business owner, signed up, yay, I'm a business owner, really cool, but that doesn't mean that you're going to create any freedom. It doesn't mean you're going to pay less in taxes. It doesn't mean you're going to solve problems or achieve a dream. It just means you own a business now. So now you've got what's usually a pretty tough task of unwinding a lifetime of bad thinking. We'll just call it employee thinking about working for the next paycheck. That's an employee mentality. It'll keep you broke. It'll keep your focus on money instead of a focus on your priorities. That's the coolest thing, in my opinion, about becoming a successful business owner, is you get to change your focus to your priorities instead of how the bills are going to be paid, so that you don't have to think about money. It's wonderful. Working for money sucks. It's a prison sentence, in my opinion, but one that you can break out of. It takes time. So if you're going to do this and you're going to be successful, fall in love with unwinding, criticizing, whatever, years and years of bad thinking, and swap them out for some better beliefs, some beliefs that are in alignment for what you want. This video is a good example. Maybe you've had some beliefs about personality. Well, if I'm going to be a business owner, get into the home business, whatever, I got to change my personality and put on a sales hat to be successful. Or expenses, I don't know. These expenses, I don't really have much money, just barely squeezing by. I can't afford it. Those kinds of things. We got to change your belief about all that, or it won't work. And I'm going to be upfront honest with you. Most people that become business owners are not successful. They lose money. They're not willing to change their beliefs. In fact, they fight to hang on to beliefs they've always had. Okay, they became a business owner on paper, but in their mind, unwilling, hell-bent against changing their belief system. And without the belief system, then being a business owner on paper is probably going to bring you more stress. You're probably going to pay more in taxes, and you're probably going to be less happy than you were when you started. So, I mean, that's quite a thing to say. But you guys should know the truth about it. Most people don't create success as home business owners, and that's not because there's something wrong with the business or the product or the comp plan or any of those things. It's purely an inside job. The inside job it's the same home as it is for the problem, as it is for the solution. So you just have to change your mind, change your belief. And you were born with the gift of being able to change your mind. You've changed your mind before, you can change it again. You can draw a line in the sand any minute of any day you wish and start changing your beliefs. One thing that I had to change in my belief in the early day was I said things like, I can't afford it. I can't buy into this, and I don't think other people are going to be able to buy into this either, especially in this bad economy. I don't think other people are going to want to do it either, right? How many of us say that? I was saying that. It's a belief I had that kept me stuck. Now, I had good reason to say it, good logistical reason. I was broke. I had no job, no unemployment benefits, no income coming in. I didn't even have the money to buy it. The deal that I came in with to buy my home business was $240. I said, I can't afford it, and nobody else can either in this bad economy. Well, eventually I changed my belief. I paid for it with money that I did not have, a credit card, and I had no means of paying off because I had no income. But I got started, I figured it out, I had to change a belief, and it changed everything. Everything else organically followed. A couple years later, fired my boss, which meant for me, I called off the job search because I never did find work again. And a couple of years after that, I started buying all these homes. So going from almost homeless to, I've bought so far 6 homes, one of them in cash. Almost homeless to 6 homes, one of them in cash, because I changed my belief. I eventually was, here's the problem. I had so much money, even though I was broke and I had no income, I still had so much money I could afford to say, I don't have any money. I could afford to hang on to my excuses. I could afford to keep hanging on to those devastating beliefs that kept me stuck in the same problem year after year, not even graduating to a better class of problem. But eventually, after saying I can't afford it and all these other excuses, I eventually became so broke I could no longer say I can't afford it. And I signed up, put it on a credit card, got my butt to work, figured it out. To this day, I've never missed a payment. And I did that with no money coming in. Imagine that. I had a change of belief. So whatever it is, money, time, personality, expenses, income, taxes, whatever reasons you've been using, maybe you long for the acceptance and the approval of everyone in your life and you're afraid that somebody might make you feel bad. I don't know what it is. You have to have a change of belief. If you just sign up for a business and you don't change your belief, you're going to be overall less happy, more stressed out, and in which case it'll do you more damage than good. But if you're eager to change your belief and learn some new skills, you can do this. And that's another thing. I don't have what it takes. I don't know what I'm doing. You're right. But change your belief about what you can do about it. Just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean you can't learn. If that were true, you'd still be crawling in diapers, not driving a car, and not doing anything that you're skilled in today. You can learn some new skills. You'll learn a new skill from your boss if they tell you you're going to lose your job if you don't learn whatever new company procedure. And this is a skill that enslaves you more to money, and you'll give up your life. You'll sell your mind, body, and your spirit to do it. So what about learning a new skill that can set you free? Would that be more worthwhile? Learning some new skills that can actually be counted towards your freedom and your ability to give back more? That's up to you. You're gonna carve out your own path in this world. But maybe looking at it like that, as I just laid out, maybe that'll help you change your mind and have that epiphany that you need. So anyway, enough rambling for me. One more thing I'm gonna say. I do have a 30 Days to Profit training course. It could be your transition. It could be the thing for you. If you want to look at the deal that I got into, it worked out pretty good for me. I came into this, as you heard me say, broke, no income. A couple years later, called off the job search, fired my boss, and went from almost homeless to buying 6 houses, one of them in cash. I'm going to be buying more. So it obviously works. I use this to overcome my crap, my mental crap, and all my challenges, whether they were physical or mental. So if you want to know about what I'm doing, I have a 30 Days to Profit training course. I'll shoot you over a video that I made that tells all about it. You can decide if it's the thing for you, and if you watch it and you decide it's not for you, at least you'll have started the journey to finding something that is for you, so you can make that transition into overcoming mental obstacles and physical and whatever other obstacles that you have. At least you'll be on your way to finding something that is for you to help you do the things that you want to do. So just ask me for it, my 30 Days to Profit video, and I'll send it right on over to you. I hope you've enjoyed this walk. I think we've gone about a half mile by now along Lake Michigan. And I don't know when you're watching this, but today is Monday. During the day, everybody else is at work, and I'm just loving my life. Freedom, baby. I'm covered. I work for free. I don't even want to work for a paycheck. I work for free. You heard me. I will help you for free. But anyway, reach out to me. I will reach back out to you if you do. I suspect I'm going to hear from a lot of you real soon, so I always do when I make a video like this, because they're so raw and real. And this is different. I just took you on a walk with me down this beautiful walking course here in Kenosha, a secret place. A lot of people don't know about this little walking trail. So I'm not going to give you my exact location because I want to keep it to myself. I'll talk to quite a few of you real soon. Peace out. Enjoy the day. If you're at work, I'm sorry. Really, I am. But maybe we can transition out of that. So a year or two from now, you can decide not to go to work if you want to. Talk to you real soon. Bye.